Oh, is it working? Alright. Sorry that took so long. I was posting the link in everywhere. But yeah, we're gonna be playing Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. This is my first time actually ever playing Stanley Parable. Whoa. Oh, that's freaky. Look, you at the computer already. The end is never the end. Oh.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh. Hey man, welcome in.
Stanley worked for a company in a
Hold on,
big
which one is it? Which one is
where
it?
He was employee
Catch a
number
card.
427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push,
Such a good game.
how long to push them.
I hope it is.
In what order. This is what
But how are you, Matt?
427 did
Is the game not too loud? Is the game loud enough?
of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Yes, Stanley was
then
happy.
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
A tiny bit louder?
He had been at his desk
Okay,
for nearly an
let's...
hour when he realized that not one single order
Yes.
arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened.
Okay, there we go.
This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh wait, is this where I move now? Oh, this is freaky. Yes, these papers seem to be in order. Can I have my coffee? Can I have my coffee? I'm playing this on the Switch, by the way. Okay, so that's how I could... None of these doors will open.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where's the meeting room?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Okay, disembodied voice. We'll do it. Come. Open the door, please. Oh, 415, can you open the door? Do you know anything about this game? I know very little.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I've seen people play it before, but this is my first time actually playing it, so it's sort of a blind playthrough. I'm gonna go to the right.
The correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I did.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
So the door closed behind me. There's a coffee mug right behind here.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I just want a drink. I want my Diet Dr. Pibb. I guess not.
At this point, Stanley, but at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Say on my left. But I'm stubborn.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not climb from the cargo lift. Penalty for misuse. That was... Goddamn. I guess I have no other choice but to go over here.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you.
Hey, Iz, and hey, Yig.
There's someone you've
How are
been
y'all?
neglecting, Stanley.
And I'm not a pug artist. I am
Please,
just beginning.
Stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Also, I'm not sick yet. It's just I was exposed to it, and I'm still waiting on my test results to come out.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
My wife? Linda, is that you? Oh, I don't like this dark room. Oh.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
You are a pug art. Have you seen my art?
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
What if it's not her? What if I keep letting it ring? I'm gonna pick it up. Your art is better. Also, what happened? Oh.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Was similar good.
Right.
I was in a similar spot. Dad got COVID, but I was thinking.
All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Thank you for the follow.
Commit their life to you.
Gonna have to fix that as
I'm
well.
trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Let me fix this as well. This. Alright, everything should be fixed. Also, the reason why I'll check back in occasionally, you beautiful creature, I'm gonna look a bit. That's alright. Also, welcome in, Viscerae. I hope I pronounced that right.
About the death of a man named Stanley.
I do have alert command. Good morning, employee. 472.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that
the command is like this.
And every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
There you go.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now
I think there is like a small cooldown on it.
Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Why is there a chair blocking the... I think my controller might have a little bit of a drag to it.
In his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown. Fantastic discoveries of new land.
Can I go to bed?
It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
It's okay, man. You don't need to beat yourself up about it. There's a TV? Where's the TV? Is this it?
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press X to spend time with the boys? Hell yeah.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Where's the beautiful bread dinner? Okay. Honey, you were in the way. I need to make dinner.
As he wandered through
Oh.
this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room.
Honey, the stove
with
is gone.
monitors and
I left the
mind
oven on.
controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Press X to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so
I have
in his head,
kids.
he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I don't have kids, though. I'm confused. Oh well.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly
Honey,
be?
you're a desk now.
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
I can't go to sleep. The chair's blocking the bed.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be
I
anything
want to go
but
to
an
sleep.
observer.
Let me sleep.
But as long as he remains
Let me sleep.
here, he's slowly
Let me
killing
sleep.
himself.
Please.
But he won't listen to me. He won't
Please.
stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I'm gonna do it. Simply out of
You
spite.
see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I
Do what?
see? How can I make him look at himself?
I really have no choice but to press these buttons, do I?
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Did I die? I think I died. Okay. I guess I'm starting all over
All
again?
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, this is probably one of the endings I've gotten. So let's look at what happens when I go
When
left.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Tips on
Feeling
not
a
getting
wave
fired.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Termination Tuesdays. Pranking Floor 5 meeting. Why would they write that down? Yeah, I'm convinced it might be my controller. Either that or that's actually part of the game. Oh. Did I do that? Was I not supposed to? Okay, it does that on its own.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Yeah, there was nothing important there.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, gotta go my initiative. You're okay. I'm kind of curious on what happens if I go downstairs, though. But I am gonna go upstairs. Oh.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Whoa. Where are we going? Hold on a minute, guys.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
In fact, I will throw you guys into the... I'm just realizing I don't have a BRB screen, so just listen to some nice music. Okay, I am back. It was something dumb my friends did. Back to the Stanley Parable. What am I doing? Am I... Oh. Hello.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm gonna go ahead and look at this.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Shazam. Like, just for that, I'm going to do this. We will look at your funny moments.
And if he gets it done by October, I might have a Halloween stream featuring his world in VR chat. And yes, I will be in this toaster. I will not be in desktop.
Aww.
And yes, Kenny, I said it on camera. That way you can blackmail me. So yeah, this pussy's going to go on a horror world if he
yes, I remember that. Now you can't back out of it because it's not only in your stream but mine's.
Nature revealed.
Oh.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers.
I like how that one over there says fired.
So many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place.
Boss, I don't think this is legal. I don't think this is legal. Which one am I again? Am I... You cannot ground me. I am the streamer here. That was expired. That one's a staticky screen. Hold on. I need to look at the thumbnail again to make sure what my number is. I'm checking Twitter. Also, you can't ground me. I ground you. 427. Okay, where's mine? It's 427. 7. 427. Oh, there I am. Hi, me. My office looks very... What's the word I'm looking for? Very depressing. Who coughed? I heard a cough.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
He was
Had
fired.
Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Maybe.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Where is
But
this?
here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I'm guessing I gotta go in here. That's what I'm assuming. Also, hey labs. Mind controls awaiting idle input. Power. On, off, on, off, on, off. I am going to... What happened? I can't see.
Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Was it?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command.
This is vibrating my
Freedom
controller.
was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
My goodness, he's even
How
more
had
handsome
he
in
been
person.
freed from
Hey,
the
Echo.
machine's grasp?
I'm not
What other
handsome.
mysteries did this
I am
strange
average.
building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives,
You wanna
it
try
will
that again,
be
Laz?
his. And that was all he needed to know.
Freedom!
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Why does the outside look like this?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility
Yeah, it's still a command.
of a new
Deal with
path
it.
before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Wait, that was one of the endings? So how do I get to the other endings? Oh. I guess I just keep playing.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Feels like my entire list is 5. What list?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
List of people I'm following? Oh.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of
I
my
am not
coworkers
crazy.
blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter,
There are reasonable
these rooms were
explanations
starting to
for these
look pretty
things.
familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone.
What
He
is
wasn't going to lose his
this?
job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself,
I hope that's
suppose
paint.
I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while
Okay,
I'm
I'll
still
believe in at some
lucid.
point.
So, he imagined himself flying. And
I need
began
to
to gently
hydrate,
float above the
stretch,
ground.
push check.
Then he imagined himself soaring through
Wait a minute, why am I
space on a
floating?
magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled
What's going
that he
on?
was still not woken
Alright.
up. How was he
I think
remaining
it
so
is
lucid?
shop
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all
No.
entered Stanley's head.
redeems.
One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why
What is the
there a
command?
voice
Hold on,
in
let me
my
pull it up
head
on Stream Elements.
dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their
Let's
dreams,
see.
the truth was that, of course, this
Chat
was not a dream.
bot.
How could it be?
Chat
Was Stanley
commands.
simply deceiving himself?
Because I have a custom
Believing
command set
that
for
if
that.
he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself. Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in
Okay,
fact
I
a dream.
don't have a custom
Did
command
the
for it,
voice
but
not
I
seem
do
to make the
have.
magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that?
I have
This
it set as a
voice was
timer.
part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin.
And we'll figure it out later.
His back. The fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream.
But I do have a hydrate
wish it to be
redeem.
over.
You could just do exclamation
go
mark
back to my
redeem
job.
hydrate.
Let me
Two different
continue
words.
pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life.
Let me just go ahead and
exactly the
copy
way
it
it's
all
always
down from the
been.
timer.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Where's the chat? Where's the chat? 'Cause I'm
Stanley
doing this
began
from my phone.
screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real.
There you go.
Please, just
Like that.
someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh. And you can check how many points you have by
This
doing
is the story
this
of a
command.
woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like
Also,
any
here's
other.
your hydrate zone.
She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming.
Just gonna
to
sit in a
himself,
good position.
Then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am...
Why am I on the ground again? I'm just noticing this.
I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
So that was the second ending? I'm confused. How do I check the endings? Oh, excuse me.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Can I go in here? I cannot. God damn it. I hate Mondays. Yes, I do. Mondays are terrible. Gotta wake up at the crack of dawn.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Synergize core
Stanley
values.
decided to go up to his boss's office,
Expeditures.
hoping he might find an answer
Cannot
there.
read for my life. Where am I going? Oh, I'm going this way. Okay, Mr. Boss Man, what is
Coming
going
to a
on?
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Is that really the top of the stairs? I thought I'd go higher. Beloved, the boss knows that what the boss. Wait. Believe the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. I couldn't read that well. This is my bathroom now. What's in here? Oh, it actually works. Let's down, please. This is actually some good music. Yeah, get it. just dance to the music at this point. When does it stop? How long am I stuck in this elevator? Ah, yes, the Wigglies. Do I... Oh. That... Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly...
I had 0 bytes. 2, 8, 4...
Stanley, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random...
It's certainly harder to play this game on the Switch than it is on PC.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay, sparks everywhere. I kind of want to...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I want to go this way.
Although this passageway had the word Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Hey, Alder. How are you?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No, I'm gonna keep going.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yes. Yes, I am. What's down here? Whee! What came after this? I didn't...
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Okay,
Stanley
I didn't know this would
can't
actually
see the bigger
happen.
picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Wait, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. Wait, no, no, no!
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Mommy?
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh no. Okay, so I'm guessing I go this way. But how are you?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance,
Whoa.
death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Is this my office? Doing good, hope you're enjoying. Wait, your night is going well? It's okay. I'm just chilling with some gaming and I thought might as well stream. Let's see, office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game, the path where Stanley's office is, 2 doors, and the part of the game was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development or layout. Corridor, passing of the important to get right. Order has been altered to make sure each it reaches 2 dorms at a time. 2 doors. The set of 2 doors was the very first concrete piece of the stone. This. Filing cabinets. Nature painting. The offices. My desk. Office computers. Button sounds. Before. AJ, I hope you're having a good day. It's an okay day. How about you, Velk? Credits. Oh, this is everyone who had part in designing the game. Office clock. Boss's office. Oh, went through a lot of development. Here. Lounge. Underground. Okay, I'm going to look at that lab. That looks very suspicious. Freedom ending. That's the ending I'd already gotten. This seems to be like a giant museum or a maze. Oh. Countdown desk. Each time the elevator... Oh, that one. The freedom ending again. Okay, that looks like something else. I want to scream 2 nosebleeds while driving. Try holding something cold against your neck. Game design back mock-up. There's so much going on here. I guess this is where you could actually explore the meeting room. Trailers. Yeah, I'm not going to watch that. That's spooky. I was just in here. Ultra Deluxe. I was just in here. Yeah, this is one giant museum. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after that, starting to build it, this was too joking on the nose for the tone of the game. Okay. Here. Narrator emails. And these are the office designs. Here's the room with the light. exit was over this way. Because I said I was gonna look at that last.
It's easy on you. Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room? Perfect example of poor level design, textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you'd pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. But of course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it.
Okay, too many voices, too many voices, too many voices. There was too many voices, I couldn't handle that. But yes, let's go to the exit and find the other endings. I don't know how many endings are in here.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before.
Why am I back at the crushing machine?
Nintendo Switch. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you.
Okay, how does she know I'm playing it on the Switch?
Stop now, and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let.
Am I dead? Jesus, is that you? I guess that was one of the endings? It's quiet. The narrator's voice isn't here?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Kinda wanna go on the door on the right again.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yes, I did.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
I'm gonna just keep going.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Does this take me to a different ending or the same ending? That's the... this door.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Fine, here's your stretch. Ooh, I felt something pop. And it wasn't in my back. Quit the game, then start again. Click door 430 430 times? What are these achievements? Alright, which one is 430?
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No.
The fact that he knows we're going for the achievement.
Away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
I'm actually intent on getting this achievement for some reason.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble
I'm not even
cause.
keeping track, I'm just clicking.
Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Give me the achievement.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Mainly because I don't want to hear you. Guys, where's 417?
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
No.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Hey, Dreamer.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
How are you?
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I am basically just speedrunning this ending because I am bored. We're going up. Oh. God, it doesn't take us up.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Now that's
That
petty.
kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Okay, why? I actually like this song. But let me sit down.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I just sat down though. This is not gonna work. I was told there was going to be more endings to this. I don't know where they are.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I don't know. There are a lot of screens.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee.
I'm still confused as to why that one screen over there is staticky.
The lives
It's only
of
that
so
one.
many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Is it just that one? Because you have fired, fired. That screen doesn't even say anything. Okay, change again screens. You. That one's just says pirate. Pirate? Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it.
So
He
aggressive.
couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, so last time we turned the system off. I want to see what happens when we turn it on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yes.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then?
So here, that's 3.
Say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's
2,
desires.
3 is over
This
here.
much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb
I think
goes
4 is
off.
up there.
But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine.
That wasn't it?
Free. Of course, that was merely
what
in
do I
this
push?
instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your
Oh,
office
1.
forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you.
She's so saying 2.
I almost hate
I'm
to see
playing
it
the Stanley
go.
Parable.
But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My
Oh, I'm
goodness,
supposed to look for the
only
purple button.
34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying
What?
this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
There it is.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
I'm so confused. What am I
Oh,
pushing?
dear me. What's the matter, Stanley?
Oh.
Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
I'm still confused. What do I do?
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this.
They say
world,
push
that's
one.
Fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
What do I do?
No ending here. Just you being
Two.
blown to pieces.
There's three.
Cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me.
I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make
Part
it.
of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Did I die? What do I do? Ooh, excuse me. Did I do it wrong? No, I couldn't have. Unless... I'm searching this up right quick. Let's see. Stanley Parable. Button room? Okay, that isn't it. Wait, no, this is it. Okay, there isn't anything for that, I think. There isn't a... Okay.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you
That is a
verify
lot of
that this is
boxes.
correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Okay, I answered the phone. Does that change something? I am so lost. New content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I guess I figured out the alternative endings. Kind of creepy, though.
Hello, and thank you for playing The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, The Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Really?
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Okay. Skeptical about it.
So far, it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
What kind of new content?
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Oh, it's behind me.
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
What do I do? Oh, press A to jump. This is fun. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. I'm gonna just keep going.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Another elevator.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait.
I'd rather not read the dictionary.
Very good. Yes.
Why would
there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Yes.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on?
I'm curious now. It does. Wow.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together.
Oh, excuse me.
What do you say, friend?
The game reset on its own. Also, Zem, I feel like bullying you some more, so here.
I get scared over a plant.
This is an old clip.
Why? Who's...
I don't remember clipping this. Yes, the game is bullying me. Although this does look new.
I got like a tweet some music somebody.
This is a new setting.
Psst.
Ah!
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
My mother said to never trust vents. I'm gonna go check the vent out. Oh, that was the best part. Moving on.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
What in the world?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Okay. The memory zone.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap Nintendo Switch port? Remember back in October
I'm playing this on the
2013,
Switch, sir.
when the game originally launched. Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
I take offense to that Nintendo Switch comment. Mainly because I grew up as a Nintendo child. Go outside and don't play for 5 years? That was really an achievement? I'm guessing it was a real achievement because earlier when I was setting the game up, it kind of asked me to put in my time. Why is everything moist and wet?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was
That doesn't
Skyrim.
explain why
It was
everything is
Persona
moist.
3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Okay. Oh, hey, what's down here? Can't even open it. The original remake?
Here's another moving passage. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the Nintendo Switch. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't
Watch
resist
it.
the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Wish I could turn faster. Can't go this way because they blocked it off.
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Actually, I think I can
But
go
I
that way
wouldn't
because that's
give
the
to
only
go
door.
back, to have it all over again.
Why did that door open if the boxes are going to block it? Okay, you're open now.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these
I don't know what's
reviews
collecting
would
down
go
here
as
either,
well,
sir.
won't they?
You're the narrator, you tell me. And we keep going. Oh.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
Damn.
Funny? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the standard parable,
Yes.
but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
The narrator sounded very offended with that. It was kind of funny seeing how offended he got. A lot of reviews, though. Like a lot. Can't open this.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea of
The
a
box
game
farts
is
yard.
for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
You are.
My goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me.
Be shocked.
To be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
I never played the original, so I don't know what to tell you, Mr. Narrator, sir. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. I'm just simply here to play the game and just chill. Where are we going now? Hold up.
What's this one got to say? You constantly
Yeah,
listen to
roommates are being
anything,
loud again.
so the narrator can catch
I'm
up
not
with his long
mad about it,
explanations
but,
of what's
yeah.
happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the
What
company.
is that?
Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very
I want to hear what he
proud
has to
have
say.
delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the Well, there, sport. You really did
This
catch
is
me
funny.
rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The
Why-
minute I
why
start
can't I
to
push
go
it
off on
again?
a thoughtless display of self-absorption,
I wanna push it
it's
again.
right at your...
There we go.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really true. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been...
I love doing this.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about every...
Is he gone? He's gone.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny.
Narrator's gonna grow to die.
It was meant to speak to the human condition.
He is.
Where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us.
You didn't even notice. This is fun.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Sounds tired. I'm gonna take a quick sip of water. Just cause I can. Ah, that's good. The place is starting to deteriorate. I think he did die. Let's keep pushing it. Damn. I don't like the sound of that. Do I... Well, the button's broke. Time to... Could be hundreds of years going by now. Yeah. Because I don't think the button works anymore. Heck, I'm gonna go back and try the button. Wait, I could crouch? I didn't push anything other than the crouch button. Unless this is part of the game. Am I really back?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What about that new content? New content? That's certainly not suspicious.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Again? Let's go up the elevator again. Well, I think it's gonna be...
I've been
get real
reflecting
evil in
on
a
the
second.
Stanley Parable
It's
and
possible.
about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
The elevator went kind of fast.
I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
What?
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover. With
That
a
is
fully
true, Alder.
fledged sequel, an entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Yes, they've been asking for a MacBook. Can I? Okay. Investor Showcase.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean?
Can't go
But the
there.
Stanley Parable 2. Now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Okay, those doors just guess I'm going there. Can't. Thing.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Taste the sequel.
That if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Let's wait to the show floor. News features. Bus. Going all the way up this way? Why is this such a big building? Wait a minute.
Go on, try out some of the new features.
What new features? Hit that button. Oh wait. The button that says the name of the players that is playing the game? Hear your name of the game?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the
I
first
saw the
and most
clip.
obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the
Alright, here's your
game.
hydrate.
Isn't that
Also, who clipped what?
wonderful?
Ice cold water. Wrote to the perfect button. Too big. Too small. Just right. I just took a sip of water. You want me to take another sip? The bottle is almost gone. Alright.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
Okay,
here we go.
I guess my name is
Deep
Jim
breath,
now?
Clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel
Damn.
it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please... Yes!
I guess I'm Jim.
What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again.
Finish it. Do I have to? I've been drinking a lot of water and Powerade today.
Jim.
It hits even
It was hot.
harder the second time.
Alright, I'll
If
finish.
this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much, Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
I didn't think finishing a water bottle would take this long. Alright, he's sick of us using the jump button.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Is that what Stanley looks like? Pressing. Infinite hole, free achievement? Free achievement. Hold lever, receive achievement, no more steps, just work. I like getting achievements.
Here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Give me my achievement, damn it. I want my achievement. I guess not. My poor achievement. The one thing a gamer wants in life.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Oh, the jump circle's back.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
Haha. What is up here? Infinite hole settings world champion? Actually, there's something over there. Yeah, Stanley looks rather depressing.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative...
There's a pin or something?
There will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all
I have
of
to
them,
look at it.
and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life. God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
On the achievement machine. Oh. Pin on the machine. Is it? Excuse me. thinking out loud. That's fair. In the meantime, we'll just look at the other stuff. I think... Shots?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Then why would you ask for my opinion? I don't understand.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Exactly, older. Office decoration, witness says reassurance bucket? Is that over this way? Over this way. John says go for the Minecraft ending.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was
If I can
confusing
find
and
it, I will.
paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true.
I know what he's talking about. There is a Minecraft ending on here. I just don't know how to get to it because I've never played the game.
Will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable.
I feel like it's just a play the game until you find it.
The bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it
I'm not seeing it.
the slightest bit more attractive as a
I'm not seeing it at all.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Can I put the bucket back? Okay, I guess the bucket is mine.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Guess the last thing I have yet to visit is the Infinite Hole. So let's go look for that. Over this way. I could just go this way. You don't like your bucket? It's a nice bucket. It has a lot of personality. What's over here? Exit? I don't want to exit. I want to check the Infinite Hole first. I think this way to the Infinite Hole won't end. Come on, bucket. We're going down a hole. Like a lot of... Yeah, I gotta go this way.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Why are you putting a roof on here, though? We're falling.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I want to see how long this will take.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Did it say anything else?
Stanley, I don't know quite how to
He
say
is.
this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. In one perspective, the infinite is mere philosophical nature. It's more of a... Okay.
There is a bottom.
You found the bottom of the hole. You found it. You're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
Oh, that's so funny.
No person actually wants to fall infinitely. I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and we just call the whole infinite? If that works for you, then we can move on. I'll just be up here when we're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Oh, hey, Mana. Can you hear me now? Something is seriously wrong with your audio. It. Is better now? It might be because my headset is slightly destroyed. We're good now? Okay. Yeah, it might be because my headset is slightly broken. So I need to find a replacement soon enough. And I kind of don't want to do that yet, because these are $50. Also, hey Mana, how are you? What happened? Long story short, I moved into my college apartment, and they sort of... The wire somehow got cut.
Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
How do I say this? The wire got cut in between the wheel of the wagon we use. And so it kind of got scratched along the ground pretty badly. And I kind of had to use electrical tape to fix it. Also, Mana, I love the model you've made me. I am waiting to hit affiliate before I could actually have the debut. But the video's already made.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet.
And yes, Mana the Monster is my model mother.
As one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together.
I'm sure.
And we'll see whether or not it coheres.
In fact,
into
let
a
me
meaningful gameplay
send it to you on Twitter right now.
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is.
Because I know I have the video somewhere.
The Stanley Parable 2.
Oh, that's right.
Well, I mean, there's potential here.
Did the
right?
command
It's
work?
Sort of. Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I
Okay,
wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising
I saw that model
conviction,
giveaway.
This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect.
Also, you say you have enough experience,
Take a look.
Mana. That model you made me was amazing. Also, check Twitter because I just sent it. What the? This is okay. I guess we're gonna start Stanley's Parable 2. I didn't expect this. Weird.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company.
Seen it. So what's different about this one? Okay, you actually act the balloons.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You saw it. How is it? The bucket is here.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Can I put it back down? Hell yeah. So glad you like it. I can't wait to post it. I've done a lot of planning, and I can't wait to...
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
What happens if I go on the door on the right? Is there more content? But yeah, Mana, I need
Still
to
no one was
figure out
there.
a decent
Stanley
date.
needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Try and clear your schedule. I mean, the main reason I want to do it when I hit affiliate is because I want to do it
Stepping into
in
the
as
manager's
a
office, Stanley
subathon.
was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding
Yeah.
him? Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
I'm kind of confident of hitting affiliate soon because I have the followers and I normally do stream long enough. And now my average view count is higher. I feel like it will be much of an issue. I just need to stream more within my schedule. Meaning I gotta find days I could stream without having to worry about my classes. But I do tend to stream later in the night because that's when I'm more free. I don't have to worry about things like going out for food and such.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
School is hard. Night feels the middle of the day for me. Oh. Yeah, school is hard, especially with...
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
What's up? What's wrong, Dreamer? But yeah, man, the school is really hard, especially as a junior. Companion cube? Makes sense.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Yeah, I'm thinking I need a new controller because it's moving without me having to touch the joysticks. I haven't played Portal in a while. I need to. I kind of played it on stream a few months ago, but I have a very dumb brain.
And Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
But I played it for a little bit, and it gave me a massive headache. I'm not good with puzzles.
Reassuring it that everything would be fine.
I'm still curious about the one that says pirate right there. The ghost of Joy-Con Drift has possessed your StreamCon. It has. Which is why I want to.
Mind control facilities influence as well?
Which is why I want to get me a
What kinds of things does
a Switch Pro controller instead of just the Joy-Cons.
These
But they both have their pros and cons.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world.
Oh, I'm tired.
At this point, he could trust no one.
I don't know why I'm tired. I didn't do much today, other than go out to get my COVID test done. As well as... what else did I do?
Here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Rough day. It's been a rough 2 weeks.
Dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Yeah, it has been a rough 2 weeks for me. Mainly because... God damn it, let me go look at this. Stream might freeze a bit. But I do not care. Because apparently something just came up for class and I am not happy about it. I swear the pain, they just... Where is it? There it is. There. Don't rush or rest when you can. I try to, but I've been exposed to COVID twice.
But at the last second, the bucket
in under a week.
and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror.
Why do you
Had
prefer
this
to give
been
some
the Bucket's
deadlines like
plan
that?
all along? To take over
It
the
wasn't
machine and
a
claim the power for
deadline.
itself?
I had to sign up for
Not that the Bucket
something,
had betrayed him like
and
this.
I put
Stanley
my
was
email
prepared
there, but I
throw
forgot
the
to put my
bucket
name
away
on the
in
sheet, so I
disgust.
just went ahead and put it on the
Suddenly,
sheet.
An image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly birds.
Oh,
The control buttons became active again. Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another.
I like
and then it
this one.
dawned on him. This
yeah, I was
wasn't a
exposed to COVID
mind-controlled
twice in under a
facility
week.
at all. It was a
I
facility
just
for
got
monitoring
tested today, and I was supposed to get my results today, since I took it earlier in the day. But there was a delay, so I'm gonna get them tomorrow.
Had the Bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the
I feel
Bucket
perfectly
never found
fine, to be
freedom,
honest.
because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place.
It's just the fact that I'm choosing to quarantine, because if I do test positive, then that's just gonna mean I've exposed other people,
This one,
and I really don't like getting other people sick.
and Stanley was happy.
But with classes in person, now it's kind of hard for me to actually do that. It's weird. The bucket isn't here anymore.
Were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he
Oh,
had
wait.
simply missed a memo.
The bucket is still here. Hold on a moment, my ear itches. How much better? Good for you on the... Yeah. And apparently I've recently learned that monkeypox has made it into my area now, so I have to be extra careful. I'm not taking the bucket. This feels new.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
Yeah.
doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I found a button. Yeah, I gotta be careful. I feel like with all this information, my classes are gonna go back to being virtual.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Can you pick one, please?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see, we went down...
Offline
right,
classes once a
left,
week?
Down,
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
I feel like the main issue with
I've got it now. This story
offline
is
and in-person
absolutely
classes
this way.
is that if you're exposed and you have to quarantine, you're basically missing out on a lot of information and you're going to be behind. And
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
yeah, he lost his narrative. But
who am I kidding?
you're essentially missing out on a lot of information and you're going to be
This story is completely
behind.
unusable.
And from personal experience, the professors will not help you catch up.
The game from the beginning.
It's basically you're going to be on your own to do it.
So far off track,
Even though you have an
Okay,
excuse
from the
note
top.
from like the deans of the school, it's a very weird situation to be in. It's not an ideal one either.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The bucket isn't here this time.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Which door do I go through? I'm gonna go through this one. Oh dear God, it's a maze. Jump over the charts.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Did he just... I need the narrator to please pick a struggle.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the thing is back where we
There aren't
just
any
came
doors.
from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Now there are no doors, we've lost the plot. Pack it up. What in the...
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since
No, I
I've
don't.
completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Looks like a Genshin domain. It does.
Work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
I'm so
We
confused.
didn't put in any actual work for that.
Someone
win.
help.
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
No, wait. He restarted. Ugh, let me fix my posture. God damn.
All
Stanley-
right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay. Why does it go in here? Okay, now I understand why
See?
people said this
The
game
line knows
is...
where the story is. It's over in this direction.
Don't follow the line?
Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever
Yes,
we
rebellion.
end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we
There's nothing
implying
here.
a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a
Wait.
bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Ah, yes, that's beautiful music. What in the world? This looks like a children's playground. What is going on? It is telling me to climb the walls.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay, moving on.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. You do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this...
Take a screenshot.
real?
You know what? Yeah, let's go take a screenshot. Discord Inferno? Oh, Disco Inferno. I thought you said Discord. I'ma just... I think I took a screenshot? I'm not sure. Because I don't know... Oh yeah, I could just... take a screenshot on my Switch. I'm trying to take it on my laptop and I forget I have a capture card on.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
We're restarting again. He's not even speaking this
You know
time.
what, Stanley, I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people.
Did he just close
right?
the door on
Why
me?
can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we
narrative sounds
simply
like
start
Vox
wandering
Akama.
Well, I don't know. How about this direction?
437? Man, just closed the door on you. He
Yes,
did.
This is
It's
exciting.
rude.
Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Did I just go in a circle? This does feel like the back rooms.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Why is there so many trademark signs in the words?
choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Okay.
So I know that each door has to lead somewhere. Which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
I'm just running around in the circle.
Clearly yes.
The line is just like that one annoying X.
Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up. What's this?
Oh, it shows the ending.
Confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me?
Looks like we're on the fourth restart.
To decide. Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't.
I'm just.
I won't do
sit
it.
down.
I won't do it. And the timer stopped. Does that mean did we break the cycle? The whatever it is that made this schedule?
Yeah, this game is. I've heard it's designed to mess with your mind.
Will something happen? So, okay.
I think it's more endings than just this, to be honest, because there's a Minecraft ending.
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story.
And I think there's a Rocket League ending.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey.
I'm stuck there forever. I feel like it.
About the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we
Excuse
are
me.
right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Did he just restart it by accident? How long have I been going for? 2 hours and 18 minutes. Huh. Doesn't feel like that long.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Do I take the bucket with me? Nah, I'm leaving the bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm gonna go upstairs and see what happens. Yes, this is the Ultra Deluxe. Haha. You have to stay around a little longer for that.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
42 endings? How do I check which endings how do I check how many endings I unlocked? I knew it was a lot of endings. I didn't expect it to be 42. I wonder how to check how many I have.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
The original had 19 endings. Oh. Looks at another 24.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
42, 43, it's all the same. It's just a lot.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind
We only have
control
18 of the 19
facility was
endings.
too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I don't even know if I
No.
tried all the endings because they all seem the same.
He couldn't accept it.
If there was a way I
His
could,
own
like,
life in
check,
someone else's control? Never.
then maybe.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded
I
from
wonder
his
what happens if I hit
very
no
past.
again.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
Because I hit
Stanley
on
decided to
twice. I hit on twice and off once. I want to see if off does something again. Ooh, let me fix my posture again.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine.
I already got this
Unshackled
ending, though.
himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized
I'm starting to get tired here, goddamn.
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
I need to start looking into people I can raid.
What to do or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was
I'm
all
tired.
he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth
Back after this, I'm gonna just end it
Stanley stepped
and raid
through
somebody
the
and call it a night. In fact, I think I know who I want to raid.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation.
I know exactly who I want to raid.
Immense possibility of the new
Gotta see if he's
path
still
before him.
going to be
This
streaming.
was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
326?
Was happy.
That's a lot. Maybe I'll play this game again later on. And try to get more endings. Whew. But let's see. I forgot to put the PNG up for the raid thing. So let me first off check to see if he's still going to be live. Which... If you'd like to load, please. Okay, we're gonna raid somebody small who just streams for fun, but he is a good friend. I feel like actually let's raid Quinny. I haven't spoken to him in a while. It'll be a nice excuse to say hi. So let me do the raid message. I mean, not the raid message, the raid command. Next stream, I'm probably going to be playing either The Sinking City or this again, which should be either Friday or this weekend. Thank you, Mana and Yeez, for the follows, and thank you everyone for the love. Mana, do well in your classes. I hope you get the. I don't know if your grading scale does A's, but I hope you get good grades regardless. And I just hope everyone enjoys their evening or morning or afternoon or whatever your time zone is. And I will see you all later.